Golden State Warriors started off the season scorching red hot. They started off 7-1, but ever since it started just going down slowly. They are now 12-7, but they are now 5-5 in their last 10 games, but they lost 4 games in a row. It's pretty obvious that the Warriors have an ongoing issue, but the question is, what is the issue? Many people are blaming Steve Kerr. A lot of people are blaming Curry because of how poorly he's been performing. Now, I don't want to say he's performing poorly, but it's just not the Steph Curry that we all know and love. I'm going to point out some of the issues I have with this current team. So right now, I think the 12-man rotation, it needs to stop because it's affecting guys like Moses Moody who aren't even getting any minutes, and he deserves to play. That's one of the better defenders in the game. If he's open, he's going to knock down shots, and he's a good cutter. So why not have him in the game, especially on this current roster who banks everything on defense? Another issue is, again, minute restrictions, but this time with our best players, Stephen Curry. It's like Stephen Curry is getting in at the end of these games where we're blowing leads, and now you just need Curry to come and save us. That's not gonna happen. Curry be sitting for so long, like he's getting warm at this point. Steve Kerr, if you're gonna play him, you need to play him right and let him end the game. Now we're gonna talk about the Warriors bench. Now in the beginning of the season, the Warriors bench, they were scoring 66 points a game. They were giving so much production, but now the bench unit, it just looks awful. Kuminga, he hasn't been that good. Buddy Hield, he's struggling. Paz, I just don't know why he's still on the team at this point, but it's a lot of issues with the bench now. My final issue is the Warriors blowing leads. The Warriors cannot keep a lead to save their lives. It's like when Curry comes out the game, the lead just gets blown automatically, and they just don't know how to score the ball anymore, get stops. It's just sad to see. So I just named 4 ongoing issues that the Warriors have right now. One of them being Moody's minutes in the 12-man rotation. The second being Curry and his minutes. The third being the bench production. And the fourth being just the Warriors blowing leads every single time. We already seen this last year. We don't want to see it this year. Now, all of these issues can be fixed, but there's only one issue I'm really concerned with, and that's the bench production. We're looking at a team who was just scoring 66 points just with their bench unit, just with the bench. They were so good. But one of the issues is Paz. Paz has not been very productive. He's turning over the ball. He's not making the right reads, and his jump shot just hasn't been hitting this season. Jonathan Kuminga, in this 4-game losing streak, he's averaging 12 points. But the thing about Kuminga is his efficiency. He's not making shots. He only shot 50% in just one game over the last 5. And Buddy Hield's another one of our bench players who's been struggling as of lately. He's only averaging 12 points, but he's shooting the ball terrible in his last 5 games. I'm seeing 30%, 44, 25, 62. That was one of his good games of this last 5 games. And then 42%. This is not the same Buddy that started the season scorching hot, averaging 20 and hitting so many threes. Now, Stephen Curry, over his last 5 games, he's only averaging 21 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. But the thing about Curry is he's suffering a knee injury, I think, right now. So that's why he hasn't been playing his best basketball. But if you're going to be on the court, you still have to perform. Stephen Curry versus the Suns, he was 8 of 21 from the field, and he only shot 38%. Ended the game with 23 points, and they lost, making that their 4th straight loss. Now, offensively, this team, it can struggle sometime because we really don't have another creator outside of Curry. If you want to say Kuminga, I would be fine with that, but he's not efficient. That's the problem. I think this is why Steve Kerr doesn't start him, because his jump shot is just off, and he needs somebody in that starting 5 who can shoot the ball. But other than that, defensively too, the Warriors, they're blitzing too much. They're over-helping. And one thing I noticed with this Warriors team is that they're giving up too many threes now, and they're starting to foul a lot again. The Suns, they shot 35 threes and made 18. They were basically wide open on all their looks. They created them so easy because the Warriors were just scrambling everywhere and blitzing. Now, Curry and Draymond have been good offensively, but everybody else, they need to figure it out. Execution is one thing that the Warriors cannot figure out, and they need to solve it fast because that's something that they need. And if you guys haven't noticed, the Warriors bench, they're the reason why these leads are getting blown all the time. Every time Curry sits, Paz and the bench come in, then the lead just starts getting out of control. They cannot execute, they cannot finish the game or just extend it. They get lazy on offense, they start slouching defensively, and then that's just how leads happen. That's how leads get blown. So like I said earlier in this video, the Warriors are on a 4-game losing streak, but their next game is against the Nuggets. So that can possibly be 5 games in a row that they lose. They haven't beat the Nuggets in their home since 2022 in the playoffs in Game 3. And the next 3 games are against the Rockets and then 2 back-to-back games versus the Wolves. I'm trying to figure out which one of these games can the Warriors win and get back on track. But it's going to be hard because they're facing good teams now. So what I say is this is a challenge for the Warriors. We're going to see how good the Warriors really are. They face the Nuggets, the Rockets, and the Wolves twice. And this 4-game sample size, this will tell us how good Golden State really is and if this team is legit. But with that being said, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, get this video to 6 likes, and I'll be dropping again. Thank you guys, and I'm out. See you guys in the next. And one last thing, the reason I didn't mention Steve Curry lies because Steve Curry, this has been going on for so long. I just feel like Steve Curry is a Steph Curry merchant at this point, so there's no need to talk about him. But he still has been a good coach in the beginning of the season, but now his coaching abilities is starting to get exposed.